Hey everybody, hi again, once again, there's a deplorable Chicano. And of course Black Eagle, they're licking themselves, you know what. But anyways, I want to get back to this whole thing that I had with Spirit Airline. Um, I felt it was passenger neglect, handicap neglect, because basically I am handicapped. I try to be as independent as I can and do things on my own. You know, even though I have been warned by the doctors that I shouldn't be doing it, but I try to do it because I don't know. I just don't like to depend on anybody really to help me, and I'm pretty sure there's a few of you that are like me that kind of feel off when it comes to getting all this handicap assistance stuff. I don't quite care for that. I've always believed if a man has two hands, he should be able to work. And if he can get up and walk, at least somewhat, then do it. Don't be a lazy ass by sitting on a chair all the time. Try to get up and do some workout. Go for small walks if you can. You're like me, and Blackie here. We always go out for a 15-minute walk. At least 15 minutes actually, about 4 times a day. Because I'd rather keep my heart pumping, and I want to try to stay around for a little bit longer. But anyways, I wanted to get your guys' comments and suggestions and ideas or whatever you want us to call them about that whole scenario that I had, and I'll repeat the scenario once again. I flew out to Atlanta, Georgia. I was going to my nephew's ceremonial graduation for the Army, getting out of boot camp, and it was up in Fort Jackson, over there in Columbia, South Carolina. So I flew out to Atlanta, rented a car, drove the rest of the way over to South Carolina. Stood there for, let's see, 3 days actually, close to 3 days. And I drove back to Atlanta, Georgia, because that's where I rented the car, and then plus I had a round trip ticket. It was out of Atlanta, Georgia. From Las Vegas to Atlanta, Georgia, and from Atlanta, Georgia back to Las Vegas. So I drove back over there, returned the rental car, got there about 6 o'clock in the morning, and I made it on time, and my flight was supposed to be at 8:45 that morning, so I worked my way across that humongous ass airport, and I mean my foot was sort of bothering me, but it wasn't too bad. I knew by the time I got to my terminal, I'm gonna have to sit. So I already knew that part. I'm gonna have to take the pressure off my foot, and on the way there, I'll probably have to make a couple of stops wherever I can find a place to sit down and relax a little bit, and then just keep working my way there. That's why I got there so early. Well, come to find out that all the computers were down globally. It wasn't just Atlanta Airport, it was global. So, okay, well I took that, and I stood in line for roughly about an hour, actually. Before I even found out, I was already in line for about an hour. Security was walking by, and I heard a few people say that the computers were down. So I asked the security lady, because my foot started to bother me. It started hurting. It felt like I was on a hot floor. It was sort of giving me like a burning sensation. So she told me, or I asked her, if I could get a chair, just have a seat. Get off my foot for a while. She told me why I had to go over to the Spirit Airline handicap wheelchair assistance people and ask them for assistance. It's like, I don't want assistance, I just want a place to sit. Yeah, take this pressure off my foot until the line starts moving. I'll get back. I'll get my ass up and I'll jump back in line. I'll do like everybody else. You know, I don't want to be treated any different. Well, then another security came by and moved everybody to the other side of the ticketing building. So we moved over there, and there was absolutely no place at all whatsoever to sit down. So I stood in line there for, I'm going to say, close to 3 hours, maybe a little bit more, maybe a little bit less. I'm not 100% sure. I'm going to say actually probably about 3 hours, because by the time I got up to that guy again, because they moved us back around to the side of the building now, and I had asked one young kid if I could get one of the chairs, because they had a big stack of chairs, you know, wheelchairs, and loose ones. I asked him, I go, hey, can I sit down one of these? You know, just get the pressure off my foot. And he saw how my foot was. He saw everything. You know, I'm wearing a medical shoe and all that. So we will wait over there in the corner, and I'll go ask somebody. So he takes off. Well, by the time the line started moving again, and I don't want to be stuck there, so I jumped back in line, and I moved with everybody again. This time we moved up in front of another security person. And my foot was really bothering me. It got to a point where I couldn't really even stand. I was basically standing on my right foot only, using up all that strength and muscle as I could, trying to get my left foot, because that's the one that has the wound and everything. So she tells me I have to go to TSA, or to that guy again, the Spirit Airline guy, and ask him if I can get a chair or sit down on a bench. They have a bench back there. I think it was like 2 benches, if I remember right. And they had handicap stickers on them. So I went up there and I asked them, I go, hey, can I sit down, please? I just need to sit down. I've not once ever argued with them, nor did I ever once ask them for assistance. I just asked them for a seat, and that's it. Tells me once again, I need a boarding pass. So I say, okay, and there was one lady sitting there, and she saw that I was going through pain, and she heard the conversation too. And she could see that I was going through a lot of pain. And she turned out to be a nurse. So she's the one that, you know, got kind of upset with the guy. So the guy, he had the benches roped off. He had a little velvet rope going around the benches so nobody could get in there and just sit down. So he finally turned around and goes, okay, well, you just sit right here. Like, what the hell, you know? Come on, dude, you can see I'm going through pain. You can see my foot the way it is. I mean, goddamn, you know, I'm not lying, you know, I'm telling the whole truth. So I sat down, and the lady tells me, well, why don't you get the TSA? And I told her, ma'am, I can't even stand up. My foot is really, really bothering me. And she was nice enough, actually, to get up and go in and get the TSA lady that was just happened to be walking by, and she came over. So she went and she, you know, she heard the story, so she went on her own and grabbed a chair and took me up to the front to get my boarding pass, even though I never asked her to do that. Not once. Just to get that straight. I never asked. She just took it in her own to do it, which I was very grateful on. Very highly grateful. So she took me back over to that guy, and there was a young kid there. I think he was from Nigeria or something like that. Really nice young guy. Really nice. Yeah. He grabbed the paper and found out what terminal I had to be on, what airline I was flying on, what my airline, well, my flight numbers were and all that. And he took me straight there, and he kept asking me if I was comfortable. I told him, yes, I am, thank you. And I told him a couple of different times, too, if you want, you can go ahead and leave me over here in certain areas, you know. And I'll work my way over to my terminal. He, no, I'm going to take you to your terminal. That was awesome of him. He took me straight there. You know, he talked to the airline people, you know, that were allowing everybody to get on the plane. So that way they knew I was there, which was awesome. And He took off. So needless to say, I did get on the plane. You know, about maybe 30 minutes later, 40 minutes later, and took off to Las Vegas. We got to Las Vegas. My foot was still, I was still going through a lot of pain in my foot. It was a good flight. Don't get me wrong. It was a good flight. I love the stewardess, and the guy that is one of the stewardess guys. He was funny. He would get on the little speaker thing and make jokes and stuff like that. He was great. And he was awesome. So we got to Las Vegas. This I was going through a lot of pain. My brother-in-law came and picked me up at the airport, took me home, dropped me off. I got inside. I cut the bandages off because I was going through a lot. Really, I was. And it's no lie. I wish I could actually show you the open wound. You see the bone. You know, the open wound is about, I would say close to 3 inches, maybe 3 inches long. Probably about a little bit more than a ½ inch wide. And you can see the side of my foot, the bone, where my pinky toe would have been, because that was amputated off. But it starts from there and goes about past the halfway mark of my foot, and I wear a size 12. But anyways, you can tell when it's affected by the color and also by the smell. And it started to smell a little bit, and you can see the color changing when I took the bandage off. So I went ahead and cleaned it with wound wash, put antibiotic ointment that was prescribed to me by the doctors. Plus I had a bunch of antibiotic pills that were prescribed to me. And I took for almost 2 weeks straight. And I keep doing that every day, changing everything. And finally got it, cleared up now. It's cleared up now. It's still open, but it's cleared up. But I did talk to the airline that week, actually that Monday. I called them, and they had me put in a complaint. I put in a complaint, called the Department of Transportation, talked to them, and they also had me put in a complaint. I had put in a thing on the Better Business Bureau, but Spirit Airline did send me an email, and I had to call them. And they offered me a $30 voucher, which I told them they know where they could stick that thing, because first off, what do you even guarantee that I'm going to be going anywhere? I have nowhere to go anymore. I drove semi-trucks for over 45 years. I got 3 million or more miles under my belt. So where am I going to go? All my family is right here. My friends, my family, everybody is right here in Las Vegas. I have really nowhere to go. I do have a few friends out in Tennessee, Kentucky, and North Carolina, Florida, stuff like that. But really, they have their own thing going. And really, I don't want to go out and be bothering anybody either. I'd rather just stay right here at home. I miss so much at home. Or I really don't quite care to travel. I mean, I will. I actually still love traveling. I'd rather drive much more than fly. Fly is my second option. I will not take a bus or a train. Those are out of the question. I'll fly, point A, point B, boom, I'm there. Drive, take my time, as much time as I want. Stop whenever I want, go wherever I want, do whatever I want, and not have to deal with airlines. So I'd rather drive it. Plus that's what I did for 45 years. And I know quite a bit of shortcuts, to wherever I want to go in the United States. And I'm pretty sure a lot of you truck drivers that may be watching this or listening to this, you know exactly what I'm talking about. We know our way around. I missed so many things though. holidays, birthdays, anniversaries, special events, with my family that they were going to be doing. They wanted me to go, but I couldn't go because I was in, a couple thousand miles away or stuck in a snow blizzard. Even I got caught up in hurricanes. You know, luckily I missed several tornadoes. And I mean, they were dancing right in front of me. Luckily, I never got wiped out by one of them, as close as I came to them. I am so lucky on that part. Yep. But really, I felt it was a big insult, though, that they offered me a $30 flight voucher that I could only use on their airline. Well, what makes them even think I'm even going to use their airline? What makes them think I'm even going to fly anywhere? What makes them think I even want to travel anywhere? I have no plans. I want to stay here with my family. I want to keep enjoying them, as much as possible, because I missed out so much. I got a 23-year-old granddaughter that just graduated out of the university over here, UNLV. And I got a 19-year-old granddaughter, and I got a 16-year-old granddaughter, and all of them don't really know me too well. They know who I am, they know me, but they don't know me as well, because I was always gone. Gone 3-4 weeks at a time. I come home for 3 or 4 days and back out for 3 or 4 weeks at a time. So they know who I am, they know me, yeah, they know that I'm their grandfather, but I didn't get to really watch them grow up. Same thing with my daughter. I worked in the film industry for 20 years. That 20 years, she really didn't get to see me very much, other than the days that I would have off. Working in the film industry, a short day is, 8 to 12 hour day. An average day is 18 to 24. And then there's times where I'm gone, and when I was working in Los Angeles, I'd come home, my wife and my daughter would be asleep, I'd wake up early in the morning, take my shower, and leave, and they're still asleep. My daughter has to wake up to go to school. But that was just a career path that I chose, though, was to be a driver. And I say that was all on me. The computer shutdown was not on Spirit Airline either. But that one guy denying me, he is my only complaint. And I feel that Spirit Airlines should do something about it, other than not really giving a shit about none of their, about the passengers, especially the handicapped, or people that do ask for assistance. Maybe they got bad back, and is going through as much pain as I was, from standing for so long. Give them a place to sit, Unless they ask for assistance, and I guess, do the assistance thing. But like me, I didn't ask for it. They still gave it to me, but I didn't ask for it. I just wanted a place to sit. That's it. And I felt that it was wrong for that guy to deny me a place to just sit down. But anyways, I'd like to know what you all have to think about that. Go ahead and leave me a comment, if you want. I'd like to hear, from you all. Maybe you guys have some good suggestions for me, because I'm gonna keep blasting them on all the social media until I hear from them. They call me this time instead of me calling them. I want them to call me and tell me, hey, this is what we're doing about it. And if you want to offer me another $30 voucher, you can shove it up your ass. I don't need your $30 voucher. do something better, Spirit, you know, and other airlines as well. I'm not just going to put it all on them only. You know, just because you guys have the big money and the big lawyers, that we're all supposed to be afraid of you, and you're wrong. You know what? I'm going to blast you guys. I'm going to keep bugging the shit out of you. I'm going to keep blowing up your phones until something is actually done about it. All right, well, y'all, go ahead and leave that comment if you would like to. I'd really appreciate it. You know, suggestions would be even better. And if you, with this crazy world that's going on right now, crazy times, if you carry a firearm, well, you know what? According to your state laws, I would just follow that. You know, but I would carry it concealed, preferably. If you don't have a CCW, you know, if your state allows you to carry it open, I'd carry it open. Yeah, but just be careful. But yeah, carry your weapon at all times. Protect yourself, your family, your surroundings, your neighborhood, your community, and be safe out there. Don't do nothing stupid or irrational. All right, y'all. Y'all have yourself a good day. Thank you. Bye.